Hey, this is Sasha. Thanks for joining me in today's video. What I have today is just a quick little members clip for you, and to get access to the full video, just go ahead and become a member of our swing charts. And this will give you insights on the market perspective, what's going on, what's happening, and some technical analysis. So if you're interested in practicing a little bit more on support, resistance, the technicals, then feel free to join the swing chart memberships. Now, if you're brand new, what you could do is go to our Traders Fly website, and under the membership section, you could go ahead, click that. And once you're there, there is a couple of the different memberships that we offer. Now, this will be a quick little clip, little insight on what's going on and what's happening behind the scenes. Also, just a quick little insight, we do have the Options Mastery number 5 trading diagonal spreads coming up very soon, and also the book, and I'm also working on the Butterflies course in tandem with that. So probably be another couple months before we finalize everything between doing the sales pages and so forth. But as far as the filming goes, a lot of the core sections are already filmed. And we also just launched the Options Ideas and Strategies. So you could go ahead and check that out and sign up for that membership as well if you're more into trading options. So take a look at this quick little clip. As far as the market goes, keep in mind none of these are recommendations to buy, sell, or trade stocks. It's just thoughts, opinions, and some words of wisdom. So as we check this out right here on the S&P 500, you can see we've gotten major damage, and we've talked about this, that, you know, from the lows, if you really look at the weeklies, from the lows here that we've had a serious bounce. We've got a couple light minor pullbacks, nothing major, but the market overall continued to go higher. And now what's happening is, again, you've got a major drop. Now, compared to what we've had here, you know, since that sideways action in 2018, 2019, just this little bit of a movement sideways that happened, we're not really that far down. So this thing could still continue to accelerate, to continue to move lower for quite a bit. So if we're even coming back to retest certain previous levels, you could get back down into the 3,000 level. So imagine this thing actually starts to go negative, and now that could be an even better opportunity. So what you're trying to do now at this point is you're looking for opportunities or possible opportunities that you could get into, because as the market continued to be stretched, you know, you don't want to be 100% invested. And now it's starting to show a little bit of signs. So maybe, let's say, if you were trading a $100,000 account, well, maybe you nibble $1,000 now, and then you add another $1,000. And that could give you a little bit of exposure for a possible bounce here coming up in the future, because eventually there will be a bounce, whether they're going to print money, whether they're going to contain it, whether the fears will ease, just the same way that things happened back here where we had some more coronavirus things. It eases up, right? I mean, when you look at the death toll compared to drunk driving, murders, suicide, is relatively minimal. I'm not saying it's bad, and I'm not saying it can't spread and could be a catastrophe, but what I'm saying is, you know, the market is concerned because what's happening is the factories are shutting down. That slows down the supply chain. So now the second factory that may even be open and operational can't get the materials to produce and make stuff because the other factory is not open. So it's a cycle. And then what you need is money to be able to pay off your creditors or debt, and they can't make it because they're not making stuff and they're not selling stuff. So that could create more bankruptcy and you know, people default on loans. So let's check out some of the big companies. Here's another one. Take a look. Netflix. A lot of people love movies, videos. So here's your resistance. Here's your resistance over here, and there's your resistance. Now we've had all-time highs over here, all-time highs. But still, this stock, when you look at kind of these key support levels, your good value levels around 260, okay, and you're back near those highs. Stock is back near highs. So a pullback is kind of to be expected. You're back at resistance. It's no different whether it's coronavirus or the stock is just hitting resistance. You're getting a pullback of a bit of a percentage. Granted, if you've got a lot of long portfolio situations and stocks, you're probably seeing it across everything, not just a single stock. But you can see here, it's no different. You're hitting some resistance, higher levels, higher values. You should be taking some profits into strength, but watch for a watch for a further pullback or wait for a kind of around that 390 break above that level. So you want to watch that, because if you can break above that level, that could be much better. All right, you've got a lot of the tech sectors selling off. And if you look at, let's see, on my crazy bearish days, these are the ETFs that are like 3 times ETFs that typically go up in a big way. You can see normally they compound down, but these are typically like a 1-day, 2-day hold, like for protection. So you get them like Thursday, Friday, over the weekend. And you can see how they pop quite a bit, like 5%, SKF, SPXS, SPXU, which is, you know, the ultra short SPX, SRS, TZA, and here's TNA, small cap bull. This is a bull one, but the TZA. So these are the ones that, you know, for those crazy bearish days, which is what we're going on. There's a ton of ETFs you could also look at, but ultimately keep it simple. It's just cash allocation or capital allocation. If you've got $10,000 when the market's near all-time highs, and we continue to go, we've been talking about it being at all-time highs, be more careful, be a little more careful. And you can see right there. And probably at this level, you know, you want to be at 20 to 30% long-term invested anytime it's been going. So somewhere here, you just pare it down, less and less and less capital. And now what you're probably starting to do is maybe now you're at that 30%. If it keeps going down to here, you might be 40% capital invested. It keeps going down. You might wait a bit. Who knows? Once you see a little turnaround, you could, you know, put in a little more capital and be maybe more 50% invested in long term. But that's really what you're looking at in these kinds of conditions, is you're taking a step back, because this market already, if you look at it, we're selling off in a big way, and this could continue, right? Because you got one bear day, and if you look at here, you know, the same thing. It could be down and then up a little bit and then continues to roll over like a waterfall. So be very careful that this isn't the start of a waterfall. You'll probably get a few fake outs to the upside, and then could continue to roll over if there's enough panic. So if we can't hold some of these levels, you might see these things continue to accelerate. And you see this with the volume picking up the last couple days, right? The volume was telling you we're starting to roll over, people getting worried, and the big boys were trying to get out even earlier. And now we're trying to sell off. And then again, this could continue. If we break kind of this level, you could see it roll over much further. So be careful if you need, even though puts are more expensive, sometimes you need to get puts, sometimes you need to short things, sometimes you just need to close a position down to reduce your exposure. You can always buy those things back later. So trade them well. All right, so there you go. I hope you got some insight from seeing things behind the scenes of what we do in the membership section. And if you're interested, go ahead, check out our membership section. Go to members.tradersfly.com, or you could just go to our TradersFly website, and from there, go to the membership section, and it'll redirect you to where we handle and take care of all our members and have all the content listed there. Thanks again for joining me. Remember to hit the subscribe button if you're brand new to the channel, or go ahead and join our mailing list so that way you get notified as we release other great things, goodies, trainings, live sessions, and all that good stuff. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.